Good morning to my crew members, my boat crew members. Today's just going to be a little follow-up on a couple of minor little last-minute details, I guess you could call them, that I'm working on. One is securing the handle for the throttle control. I did do the emergency pull-off button, securing that without showing you guys. And today I want to work on the engine speed and idle. So that's what we'll be working on today. Since it's a new episode, I completely forgot one of the most important things, trivia. And this one I really like. So, of all the position players in the NFL, quarterback, guard, tackle, about 5 years ago, the final position had an inductee in the Hall of Fame. Before that, there was no person under this particular position had been inducted in the Hall of Fame. What was the position and who was the inductee? If you're a sports guy, you probably know, or a sports person, excuse me. Okay, let's get on to cleaning up my throttle, or my control arm handpiece. So yesterday, this rubber piece here was loose and coming off, and I've been trying to figure out how to get it to be secured, and I did a lot of things. I tried glue, I tried pressure, I tried, as you can see right here, there's a screw. Well, maybe you can't, I don't know if you're close enough, but there's a screw right here that I was trying to screw into the end of a metal rod that's in there. Like I said, I was trying a lot of stuff. And then I realized I had that expanding foam stuff that acts like a glue, expands to fill areas, great stuff. I don't want to necessarily be accused of favoritism, but that's what I used, was something called great stuff. And it acts like a glue, it sticks stuff in here. So I filled up that tube. You can see it probably coming out the end here and here. So I filled up that metal tube, stuck the bolt in there, and now it's all pretty secure. It won't turn, it won't come off. This bolt is stuck in there. So today I'm just going to clean up some of the overflow that comes out. Get this a little neater. Could I have left this stuff? Yes. Am I anal? Yes. I want it to be. I know the whole thing has neatness issues in certain areas, but sometimes you can't control what stays neat and what doesn't, but in this case I can. And I would like to. Why do I care about the end of this thing, which is going to be down and hidden? I have no idea. But I do. One other thing I did is this arm does not go all the way down because it was hitting the tank. So put a little screw in here, hits this here, stops it from going down. Plus it'll be at a good angle from when I'm sitting on that seat. I fashioned this little bracket here to hold the emergency pull-off button. If I fall off and this is attached to me, boom, there we go. And it's attached, as you can see here, to the arm so that this reaches nicely over to where I am sitting. Okay. Now I'm going to get this sucker started up and see what I can do about adjusting the idle. Okay folks, there's an adjustment screw for the throttle right here. Yeah, right here. I played with that a little bit to open up the throttle just a little bit more. So let's give it a shot and see if this sucker starts up. Well, okay. I'd say that's pretty good. It's running. This is the backer plate for the front of the carb. And it had this big old shield on it, which made it difficult for these fat fingers to get in here and work around without totally taking the carb off. So I have done that. I have taken the carburetor off, and I have not taken the carburetor off. I've taken that shield off so that it's easier for me to work in here. I will now be putting carburetor back together. One of the pain in the neck things is that everything's one piece. So these two gaskets go in the back of the carb. Then I have to get this on and all through the carb, all at the same time, and it can be a pain. Get that up to the right position, and get this in here and through that hole on that gasket. Okay, first through the spacer, then through the, yeah, okay, through through the spacer. Where the hell's the bolt? There it is. The spacer and through the gasket. Come on. See, this is why it's such a pain. Nothing ever works quite perfectly. Okay, spacer is on. Oh, I gotta get this gasket on. If you think I'm having fun and struggling now, you should have seen it when that shield was on there. Shield didn't do anything that I could tell. So that's why I cut it off. Come on. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Okay, now I gotta get it in the bolt hole. Come on. There we go. There we go. Get that side in. Okay, now let's lift up the spacer and gasket, kind of line it up. Get this in through the carb. Into that spacer. Into that spacer. And there. Okay. Now I can tighten the sucker up. Oh, you're probably looking and wondering, what the hell's this wrist brace on his hand, or this brace on his hand? It's actually from my thumb. I went to scratch my back. That means I'm getting old. And I felt a twinge in my hand, and then my thumb didn't work right. So I saw the hand surgeon yesterday. They're going to do an MRI on this Friday coming up. And we'll find out what's wrong, but I'm 99% sure, and she's 75% sure that I've got a tendon issue, which explains a lot of what I felt and what happened. But I'll know more later on, and I'll let you know. Okay, carb's all buttoned back up. Hey everyone, I was editing this episode and I had forgotten to film an outro. So, quick and simple, please like, comment, subscribe, and remember to make all your adventures fun, exciting, and safe.